Hey YouTube, it's Jonathan, and today we are doing this drugstore bronzy smoky eye look. I hope you all enjoy it. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel by clicking on my face now if you're not already subscribed. And if you want to see how I did this look, keep on watching. To start this look out, I'm going to be doing a little bit of color correcting. For that, I'm going to be using the Pixie Brighten Peach Correction Concentrate, and I'm just putting that under my eyes with my fingertips, blending that in, and then I'm also going to put it on a few dark spots from a breakout that I woke up this morning with. After that's all blended away, I'm going to move on to a bit of foundation. The foundation I'm using today is actually a BB cream. This is from Maybelline. It is called the Dream Fresh BB, and I'm just applying that with a Sonia Kashuk brush. By the way, all the brushes that I'm using today are also drugstore. I opted for a BB cream over a traditional foundation because the eyes are going to be so intense. I wanted to do something light and fresh on the skin to sort of balance everything out. Now I'm going to go ahead and conceal and brighten. Today I'm going to be using two different concealers. For my spots and just general concealing, I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me in the lightest shade 15 Fair, and I'm just going to dot that over anywhere that needs it and then dab that in with a brush from Real Techniques. And then to highlight the face, I am using the Rimmel Match Perfection Concealer in the shade 125 Fair. And then to set everything into place, I'm using the e.l.f. Complexion Perfection Powder. This is 4 different colors in a one palette. I'm taking the yellow one under my eyes to sort of lift and brighten, and then mixing everything else together sort of everywhere else because I'm about to apply some bronzer, contour, and blush. To warm everything up, I'm using a Physicians Formula bronzer. This is called Solar Powder SPF 20 Light Bronzer, and I'm using that on a big fluffy brush just sort of everywhere the sun would naturally hit my skin. And then to add subtle contour to the cheeks, I'm using the NYX HD blush in the shade Taupe on sort of a big brush for contouring, but I don't want this to be a super defined contour. I just want to lightly shade the cheekbone. And for a little bit of color on the cheek, I am using the NYX powder blush in the shade number 2 Dusty Rose, and just putting that right onto the apple of the cheek. When it comes to drugstore brow products, it's a no-brainer. I've only found one that has really worked for me and worked consistently. This is the NYX Micro Brow Pencil in the shade Taupe, and I'm just working that through the brows, keeping them as natural as possible, but also amping up the shape a little bit. To begin my smoky eye, I'm working with the L'Oreal Lacquer Liner in the shade Espresso on an angled brush, just pushing that into the roots of the lashes, and then I'm going to smudge and blend that out all the way across the lash line with a shading brush from Real Techniques, all the way from inner corner to outer corner and sort of extending that outer corner up and out. Whatever's left on the brush, I'm going to sweep under the lower lash line towards the outer corner. For the outer corner and socket line, I'm using the L'Oreal Color Riche eyeshadow in the shade 204 Quartz Fumé. I'm using this on my finger first and just pushing that all the way across the lash line into the outer corner and up towards the crease, and then I'm going to blend that out with a big fluffy brush. I'm going back and forth and building and blending and building and blending throughout the look. And then for the inner corner slash lid, I'm going to be using the Rimmel Magnifies in the shade 002 Millionaire, and I'm just using that on the same shading brush and packing that all the way across the lid towards Quartz Fumé. Back to the angled brush that has just a little bit of excess liner on it, I'm going to retouch my liner just to make it as dark as possible down right into the roots of the lashes. Revisiting an old favorite for lashes today, this is the CoverGirl Clump Crusher in the shade Brown, and I'm putting 2 or 3 good coats of that on both my upper and lower lashes. Now because the eyes are so smoky and sultry, I wanted to keep the lips almost barely there, as if I didn't have anything on, so I chose a lip color that is very similar to my natural lip. This is the Revlon Ultra HD Matte Lip Color in the shade Seduction. I put that all over my lips, sort of give them a nice shape, and pat that in with my fingers. And then to take the color down a little bit and give them a little bit of a sheen, I'm using a very pigmented nude gloss called Nude Plunge from Hard Candy, placing that right into the center of my lips and then using my fingertips to pat that out. And that completes the look. I hope you all enjoyed this bronzy, super sultry smoky eye using all drugstore affordable products. If you did, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Leave a comment below if there's any other looks you want me to do, if you want to see more drugstore products, or if there's any celebrity inspired looks that you want me to do, and I will take a look at those and get some of those on the way to you. While you're down there, go ahead and open up the description box because I have a link to every product that I used today down there for you to check out, and also links to my social media accounts. You can check me out on Facebook, as well as Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat, all at JonTalks. Click on my face now if you're not already subscribed to my channel and you'd like to be here every Monday and Thursday for my current video schedule. Again, I keep talking about switching up days. I'm not sure what days I want to do yet. If you have any ideas for that, go ahead and leave those down there as well, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye!